How's everybody doing? This is L.A.Kendrick back again with a random story, but it's all tied into Would You Dare, okay? Last week, if you guys remember, I was speaking about a couple of friends back home, right? In my home state. And we were talking about some Bigfoot sightings that we'd seen. And I told you guys I would do some research and see if I could find some things that were related to either one of those incidents. Now, it's very, very hard for me to find the one. It seems like it's non-existent. The one that I was speaking about where the thing came to the toll booth and it it banged on the windows and scared everybody in there, and the individuals at the toll booth that night quit. And this was between Madisonville and Hopkinsville, Kentucky. They had toll booths back in the mid-'80s, early to mid-'80s, I think. And I can't find any information on that. So I'm going to try to make this one short, right? But sweet. And now I did come across, I had actually managed to talk to one of the guys back home. And it's kind of funny because he's kind of like he's more of a hood dude. And he's like I can't say no nonsense type guy, but he didn't, he don't really dabble in this kind of thing, right? But it's kind of weird, right? So, like I told you guys, I was going to get more information to further this thing along. Now, remember, you guys, this is just for storytelling, keeping you guys abreast and keeping everything together or on a linear path on the way to me getting these other stories published and pushed out, okay? The Benefits of a Bully and the Destiny versus Chaos, the Foes of God, which is the last installment in that series. I'll be getting that out here soon. Again, it's expensive and it takes a lot of time. So while I'm finishing up the Benefits of a Bully, the book 3, right? Lights just went out. Book 3, what I'm going to do is try to tell you guys these stories and reach out to the fan base and, show you guys my appreciation. Again, these are just things to make you wonder. These things aren't in stone, aren't set in concrete. Again, anybody that's going, oh, this is crazy, whatever. Okay, whatever. That's fine. But when you go to the movies and you see these action movies or these horror movies, again, it's one of those what if situations. And would you dare? What would you do if you got into those situations? That's what this is basically about. But we've reached the 50 mark on YouTube. Still keep like, sharing, and subscribing the information, okay? Please, and follow. And so that we can get it, expand and make it a little bit broader, all right? So we've reached that milestone. But this is a 2-part thing really quick, okay? So I'm going to read this article that I came across back in Kentucky, it says 1980, Bigfoot sighting remembered, okay? So let me go down the list. This is Morehead State Public Radio, published November 1st, 2015. And this is how the story goes. In the autumn of 1980, television viewers were anxiously awaiting to find out who shot JR on the TV series Dallas. And the American League Championship Series had the Kansas City Royals in a bat fest with the New York Yankees. And in Mason and Fleming counties, something was lurking in the night, which led to at least 3 hair-raising encounters. In early October, the Charles Fulton family of Slip-Up near Mays Lick reported seeing a white-haired creature. Now remember that color, white-haired creature, with pink eyes, standing more than 7 feet tall and weighing more than 400 pounds at their doorstep. After it attempted to get into the house and assault a chicken, that's kind of weird reading, Charles Fulton chased after the creature, but it evaded him and disappeared into the night. A week later, on October 10th, 1980, the Toomey family, Tumey, of Ewing reported a similar incident chasing the creature into the night, with James Chink, Chink, Tumey, firing warning shots from a distance. He described the creature as man-like and big, making a thumping noise as it ran. Okay. According to the reports, 2 loaves of bread, a frozen chicken, and a pack of hot dogs were missing from the freezer, his wife told the police. Food products from the family's freezer, which had been on an enclosed porch, were found in the yard by the police and neighbors who came running when they heard the gunshots. Keep tracking with me here. You could see where whatever it was had made a mess on the porch, got into the freezer and had torn into the frozen meat, said Estelle Helpenstein, Helphenstine, one of the men who searched the woods for the perpetrator after police were called. We didn't know what we were looking for, but we had guns and good lights and went into the woods. Pretty brave, pretty brave. Helfenstein and the late Johnny Burke searched the woods but could not find the creature, he said. We did find bare footprints that were about 14 inches long and probably 6 inches wide in the creek bed, he said. We both saw that, and there's no denying it. Helfenstein can laugh about the situation now, but on that dark night in 1980, they were serious about the search. It was scary in those woods, dark and not knowing what you might find, he said. At the time, Maysville Mayor David Cartmill was publishing competition for the Ledger Independent and covered the creature's sightings at length in front page stories in the Mirror, even publishing an artist rendering of an image of the creature. They got the image here. Let me see if I can show you guys that picture, that image that they're talking about. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I can do this without disrupting too much. That is the supposed image of what they said they saw, right? Okay. All right. Let us continue. Where am I? Back then, you could publish anything, Cartmill said, reminiscing with a smile. We had interviews with all sorts of people and more claims of seeing it. One guy at a tobacco warehouse, and that's kind of strange, the tobacco thing, that'll be something that I'll talk about later, said he saw it carrying a burlap sack and smoking a cigar. That's kind of crazy. That's wild right there. The stories were the talk of the town. One woman reported being chased around a parking lot by the creature when she stopped for a change at the laundromat. Okay? I'm not laughing because I don't believe. I'm just trying to keep an open mind. I just find some of that kind of crazy. It was that time of the year, so we ran with it. Cartmill said, Cartmell. We had fun with it, even though it was probably a hoax. Fleming County Sheriff, the late G.W. White, was called to the scene of the Ewing incident. But a search by the neighbors and police into the early mornings did not locate the creature. Searches continued when some residents claimed to have found 14-inch imprints in the sand of a barefoot creature. Police were able to recover hair samples from the home site, which were turned over to the Kentucky State Police Department. All right, so this is in Kentucky, and were reportedly from a human, police said. You ever notice whenever they find some kind of sample of hair or something like that, it's either inconclusive or it's hair-like, human-like. Have y'all ever noticed that? And the story did not stop with the local police. On November 5th, 1980, an Alabama truck driver, Noble Clay, apparently unaware of the other sightings, reported seeing the creature along US 68 near Maysville, mistaking it for a hitchhiker until he saw it closely in the bright headlights of his truck. He notified the police then. Now, it has been more than 35 years since the region had sightings of the creature, but questions about what frightened folks from Ewing to Maysville and beyond in 1980 continue today. The creature, however, was never found. Anyone with any information on the creature should call 606-564-9091, extension 276. The Ledger Independent is online at blah, 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 Maysfield Online, right? Okay. So there's that, everybody. All right. Now, let me tie something in. Now, you remember the color of the creature. It's supposed to be white, right? Now, my boy back home, my brother back home, right? We were just talking and catching up on some stuff. And, again, when you're young or whatever, you have an imagination. So seeing things and sharing information with each other about things that you've seen, if you're from the country or whatever, you see a lot of weird stuff out there in them sticks, man. And you don't have to believe but you don't have to doubt either. So it's one of those situations, right? So he was talking to me, and he said, and I remember one of the other guys talking to me about it. I mean, again, we were in like junior high or younger, right? But they said they had gone fishing. I think it was two black guys and two white guys, and they went fishing. And I know all the dudes they went. So they went out and they went fishing in this area back home in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And the fish weren't biting where they said that they normally bite. So what they did was they decided to go deeper into the woods. They said they went into an area that they had never seen before, or they had never been in before, right? So they said they got there and started fishing and got a lot of bites. And so the fish were doing their thing, and they were being very prosperous at catching the fish at that time, right? And this is when it gets creepy. Now, this is what my boy told me. Now, either the brother lying or he telling the truth. And again, I'm just transferring the message and relating it the best way that I can, again, to provide you guys with some interesting storytelling, all right? He said all of a sudden they heard this scream, roar, just crazy noise, man. And he said with that, they looked up and they could hear something coming at them. It was just charging at them. And it was just tearing up everything. And it was big. He told me it was about 8 or 9 foot tall. This is what he told me. And this dude ain't one of those kind of dudes that'll lie about something like this, nor does he know about this article even to this day, right? He said this thing came out, it was hairy, and it was white. He said it was huge. He said they dropped those fishing poles, and they broke camp. They got up out of there as quick as they possibly could. They did not wait around. All I know is they saw it. It was big, white, hair covered. He said 8 to 9 feet tall. He said they broke camp. They ran. Scared them to death. He said they didn't even look back. They left everything there, right? So he came home and told his dad what had happened. And the dad said, "You left all those fishing rods and all the equipment out there?" And he told his dad, "Yeah, you should have saw this thing." His dad said, "You better take your ass out there and go back there and get that equipment." Now, those are his words, not mine, y'all. Okay? So with that being said, he said, man, they got up the courage and they went back out there a couple of days later. And Rusty, if you can hear this, Rusty is one of the white guys. So that's his nickname. Rusty is one of the guys that was with it. I can't really say the other guy's name because he don't really have a nickname. So, Rusty, if you can hear this, man, hit me up and let me know. Maybe we could talk about this thing. Because I remember you talking to me about this as well. I remember you saying something about this. And so, back then you just took it with a grain of salt, And he said the brother that I'm really cool with, that we really grew up with and everything, he said that when they got back there, all the fishing rods had been smashed and broken. He said they were just flat. And he said all the fish heads had been bitten off of. I said, man. And this was just a couple of days ago. I think this was Wednesday or Thursday when I spoke with him. And he said, man, it scared the hell out of him. That's what he told me. That's what I got. That's what I'm relaying to you guys. And again, this is just something for the fans to keep you guys entertained. Because this is what we talk about and the benefits of a bully. My guys track these things down, capture them, and try to keep these cryptic and paranormal activities from spilling over into the general population. This is from the benefits of a bully series that, like I said, again, I'm trying to finish those up. And I'm about to finish those up. I'm about to finish the third book, or start writing more on it. I'm pretty much done to help me get that thing published out as quickly as possible. But again, I didn't make this up. These are the stories. This is the information. You can see it here. You can even look up the information online. Um, I just remember him telling me that story, and he said that he never went back to that fishing hole, believe it or not. None of them went back to that fishing hole, but I remember them mentioning it to me, but again, it just slipped my mind. And so remember the color. The one in the article said white colored with pink eyes. My dude said 8 to 9 feet tall, white hair. Dude don't know about this kind of stuff. He don't get off into this kind of thing. So he just relaying to me what he saw, and I was like, damn. So basically what I want to do is, like I said, I want to make sure that I'm bringing these stories out here, entertaining you guys. You guys, please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Got to keep this thing going, keep this ball rolling. Again, from time to time, I will tell you stories from my vault that I have that are stories that are, some of them are fact-based, and then some are just stories that I'm telling. But again, would you dare have gone back to get your fishing rods, even if your dad said go back and get them? Because back then we had a lot of respect for our parents, and when they said do something, you went and did it. You went and did it. You didn't question it. You just went and did it. So what would you guys do? Like, share, and subscribe. Pass this information on. Again, make sure you check your closets, the dark recesses of your home. Check under your cars if you work late at night. Or work early into the morning when there's very little light. Because you never know what's lurking out there in the darkness to make you a story. Waiting to make you a story. And this has been an episode of Would You Dare? Y'all feeling the rest, and have a great one.